It's been 20 years since his iconic role in Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Now he's back and better than ever, especially now that he's ditched those cumbersome Jedi robes and pesky arms and legs for the iconic armor of Darth Vader. Just don't talk to him about sand. And he's also brought with him a guy whose uncle was in A New Hope, which I guess is good enough to be on our stage. Oh, he also plays Obi-Wan. Let's give a giant hello there to Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. I'll tell you, a couple of years ago, I would not have expected to be sitting up here with the two of you together talking about this show. This is amazing. How hype are y'all for this show? Oh my star. How does it feel to be coming back? Oh no, I gotta wait. We gotta wait. We can't. We gotta give it another minute. No. You win? You win? No, you win? You in, hands in your pockets, buddy.
Sorry, let's get on. We'll carry on, we'll carry on.
How does it feel to be coming back to these characters after 20 years? I mean, obviously everybody's into it. How are you feeling?
It's so exciting. It's been such a long journey from, you know, the last film that we shot together was in 2003 in Sydney, Australia. And we finished that film, and I, for sure, personally, I felt like I was so happy to have been part of the Star Wars world, but we did those 3 movies, and I didn't imagine that we would be sitting here today. But it's been a long journey coming to make this series, and probably 4 or 5 years, I think. And so tonight, you know, we're going to be able to show it to you at last. And And then it becomes yours, and that's makes us feel really, really great, you know.
It's wonderful. Hayden, you know, I heard that you prepared for sort of coming back to this by watching Clone Wars and Rebels, and were there some things that you sort of saw in those that you wanted to like bring to Anakin as you were coming back?
First of all, thank you for all of this. This is incredible.
See, I see what it is. He was just waiting for you to get yours out, and then he can start.
But I just did as much research as I could and just wanted to refamiliarize myself as much as I could, and I loved what they did with those animated series. Yeah, I mean, Dave Filoni and everyone that worked on those shows did some incredible work, and you know, they did a lot more with these characters, and that was fascinating to get to watch. How that affected my performance, I'm not really sure, but I'm very glad I got to watch them, and I'm a fan now too.
And I mean, above and beyond the work that you were talking about that it took to kind of bring this to life and everything, how did it feel for the two of you to just be working together on this again and being these characters again? Like, how did it feel when the two of you just like, oh, we're here, we're doing it together?
Amazing. It was the coolest thing to get to come back and work with Ewan again and play these characters again. Has just been, yes, we are. It's a very special thing, and we get to do this because of all of you. So again, thank you.
And I mean, obviously, we're seeing a lot of fan love for the prequels, for these movies. You know, were you surprised to see the reaction to the prequels now as people have grown up and become adults and live with these movies versus how it was, 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's taken a while to sort of feel it, I think when the films came out, there was no social media, there was no sort of direct link to the audience, and also the audience were, young people, and over the last years, I sort of felt the warmth for the films that we made, and it's meant a lot to us. It's meant a lot to me personally to feel that. It was tricky. It was tricky at first with the. All right, mate. Thank you. It's so definitely a part of the reason why we're here today. Why we decided to make this series for sure.
And now that you're diving back into these characters, I mean, obviously Anakin's gone through a few small changes since we last saw him, but what we don't know much about what's been going on. We talked about the animated series, but there's this whole period of Obi-Wan's life that is kind of, we don't know much about.
Yeah.
What kind of changes? Because he was such a smiling, swashbuckling, charming, kind of happy-go-lucky guy when we last saw him.
Yeah. Well, at the very end of, we all know what happens at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Don't tell me I haven't seen it yet.
I had to take Obi-Wan from there to bridge a gap between my last work as Obi-Wan and then Alec Guinness in A New Hope, and we just sort of brainstormed that. We thought about it. The film was going to be a movie at one point. It turned into a series. Deborah Chow became our director, thank God, because she's so good.
Yes.
She's so talented, and because she directed all of the episodes, it's got her singular vision throughout. And you'll see where he's at.
Okay. And Hayden, how about you? I mean, obviously you were playing Anakin, and now you're kind of playing Vader. And so, how are we seeing these changes happen?
What was the last of that question?
I said, and now we're seeing this transition into Vader. So, what are we seeing from Anakin now, or are we seeing Vader, or?
Well, that's what's. That's what makes this character so compelling. Is there is that duality that's present, and there is that sort of inner conflict of self-identity. But it's been such a thrill to get to come back and continue my journey with the character, and to get to explore Darth Vader at this point in the timeline has been huge. I missed you guys too.
All right. Well, we are just hours away from people being able to see this. Is there anything you want the fans to know, or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for coming by. But I'm now being told it's time to say goodbye there to you two. So thank you.
and may the force be with you. Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, lots more from Star Wars Celebration Live. Stay tuned.